For my intern implementation project, I chose the DEAR, or Drop Everything and Read strategy, which was listed in the school's improvement plan as one way to improve student outcomes on standardized tests. Drop Everything and Read was identified as one strategy to help students understand standardized tests better. The Accelerated Reader program was coupled together with the Drop Everything and Read program. Accelerated Reader is a district initiative that to improve student performance. And it's also a very popular reading program that has been proven to increase reading levels and comprehension. In addition, Accelerated Reader is not only for ELA classes, it can also be used in content areas as a way to differentiate instruction for students. The district has on its SchoolNet website an AR book finder, and any teacher in any content area can go onto this site and find various books in their content area about different topics. The Accelerator Rebel Reader program was created with incentives as a way to encourage students to read the AR books and take the quizzes. So based on how many books the students, AR books the students read, and whether or not they got 85% or higher on a certain amount of quizzes, they will receive certain prizes like a gift card, lunch from Subway, or just a certificate, etc. Why did we need a reading program? One reason is that because student performance on the OGT tests, especially the social studies and science OGT tests, warranted that something be implemented to improve test scores. As you can see, 10th grade test scores on OGT tests are very low. The majority of the students score at the basic or limited level. Now, for the next grade, the scores do improve somewhat, but still, the majority of the students in 11th grade are scoring at the basic or limited level, and pretty much the same at the senior level at 12th grade. They're still scoring at the basic and limited level. And at this time, by the time they reach the 12th grade, they are not, if they can't pass social studies or the science OGT, they cannot graduate from high school. Again, as you look at the science OGT results for 2014, you can see the majority of students, they start out in 10th grade, they score at the limited and basic level. Again, 11th grade, the scores do improve some, but still the majority of students are scoring at the basic or limited level. 12th grade, still you have too many students scoring at the basic and limited level, which is preventing them from graduating from high school. Okay, so formative data for the project included the accelerated reader quizzes from the first, second, and third marking periods, and the midterm STAR assessment, which was given in the fall and again in the winter of 2015. Okay, the data for the accelerated reader quizzes, as you can see, each marking period in aggregate is up here, and then the results are broken down by grade levels. Now, before the accelerated reader program began, you can see in the first marking period, there were a few students who participated, but the majority of students were not reading AR books. The accelerated reader program began in the ELA classes first before the DEAR strategy was implemented, which did not get implemented until the second semester of the school year. And as you can see, once the AR program was implemented in the ELA classes, student participation increased. However, there still was not a significant amount of students participating in AR. But as the data suggests, that once students started to participate in AR, their performance on the AR quizzes improved. The reading level, the ATOS level, improved also. And then students earned so many points for the program. And you can see majority of students earn these points just by basic independent reading and not because of an assigned reading in the class. And in the grade levels, you can see First marking period for each grade level, participation was very low. Then second marking period, the participation for each grade level increases. Third marking period, the participation decreases a little bit. And I believe that is because of the exorbitant amount of testing that was being done. From the time that we returned from the winter break, students were taking at least 2 or 3 tests a month, which took them out of the classroom a couple of days. And we are on an AB schedule, so you could literally miss a class, a whole week of class, just taking the test. So teachers probably were reluctant and students were reluctant to read AR independently and take the quizzes on their own. The midterm STAR assessment, which also has a student growth percentile, and you can see it's broken down by grade level. You can see pre-test scores increased from the fall to the winter test. The 11th grade had the largest increase in their post-test score from the pre-test score. And their independent reading levels increased 0.4 of a percentage point. Summative data included the AR school-wide summary from fall to spring 2014-2015 school year, the STAR fall to spring with SGP for the 2014-2015 school year, and also there was a DEAR teacher survey given towards the end of the school year to analyze the implementation, evaluate the implementation, and to provide suggestions to improve the strategy for next year. As you can see, for all grades, only 118 students participated in AR, and I'm also going to make the assumption that if they were doing AR, they more than likely were doing the DEAR strategy during their homeroom advisory period. The average, the percentage of AR quizzes below 85% was 11.7. ATOS level, however, did improve. As in the fall, it was 2.9. It had increased by the end of whenever this assessment was given, or whenever this data was pulled, by 4.1 reading levels. There was a total of 1,547 points earned, and about 83% of those points came from independent reading. The biggest increase in AR was 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. If you look at the STAR data, which is the second chart, you saw improvement in the post-test scores. And I'm going to make the assumption that AR or the DEAR strategy has something to do with that. Now, even though the percentage of students participating in it is very small, I believe it's safe to assume that the DEAR strategy coupled together with AR can have positive impact on student achievement. Survey results. There were a total of 15 questions with 2 questions specifically for ELA teachers. However, only about 24 teachers or 35% of the staff responded to the survey. One thing I can take away from this project is that the DEAR or any type of reading program such as AR, which is prepackaged, commercialized, when it's coupled with a strategy such as DEAR, it can be successful. It can have a positive impact on students' reading and also on their performance on standardized tests. Majority of the teachers that responded believe that the strategy would be more successful if it was to begin at the beginning of the school year, and if there were more reading materials available, such as classroom libraries, and that teachers were given more professional development to implement the strategy so they can be ready to start the strategy at least within the second week of school.